Hi, my name is Phil Boden. I'm 61, single, and currently working on the prerequisites for the nursing program. There's a lot of new technology that has come about since I was born in 1892. Some of them are bottled frappuccino. Professor, is that considered technology? How about the iPod, the earphones, the broadband card, the hair dryer? All these are new technologies, and then of course, last but not least, the cell phone. I use all these things around here at home. Of course, some of them you use, well, particularly the cell phone and the iPod, can be used away from home. One thing that I wanted to mention about the cell phone, as far as at home, is that there has been reports, as far as the downside, there's been reports of people that actually put their kids to bed by texting them instead of walking into the room and saying goodnight. Maybe that's why a lot of kids are so confused nowadays. Of course, that's something that takes away from the personal touch. Probably most parents do not do that. At work, we use a lot of different technologies at the hospital I work at, and they've evolved and gotten better as time went on. Some of the technologies that we use at work is our heart monitors that especially we use on ICU. They can monitor everything from the heart and rhythms and changes in those rhythms to the arterial pressure of a patient. They're quite complicated sometimes and are getting more complex all the time. We can take a patient down to our cath lab and put a stent in their heart. This is a technology that's just amazing. By doing that, we can give a patient a longer life and a better quality of life. Some of the things that I feel like are a good benefit are these last examples that I gave: heart machines, heart monitors, things that do your blood pressure with. Some of the drawbacks that I see, I relate to, for example, computers. I can send an email to a friend or to a coworker, something about work or whatever it happens to be. But if I really want to be personal, I need to sit down and write a letter. I think there's nothing better than writing a letter with pen and ink. Sending somebody an email, trying to let them know how much you care and everything, just doesn't do the trick as much as just sending them a nice letter. Somebody mentioned in the class so far that they were concerned that all this technology and everything would take away from the compassion or the interaction that they might have with their patient. In fact, what this technology allows you to do is free up your time so that you do have more time for the patient. For example, when I first started at University Hospital, we documented everything on paper. We sent labs down. We wrote the lab sheets, requisitions down on paper, and then sent them down. Now we put them in computers, print out a little slip, throw them on the lab specimen and tube them, and we're good to go. I can not spend my time on a lot of paperwork that way. I can go back and take care of my patients and just spend some quality time talking to them, listening to their concerns, and interceding for my patients. I'm a nursing assistant, and so I'm on the front line as far as their patients' care. I don't want to be spending my time doing a lot of CNA charting and stuff like that. I think the nurses feel feel the same way. They want to be able to interact with their patients, and they have enough to do as it is. We're starting now pretty soon here to make another monumental step, and that's that the doctors, instead of us taking the orders off, the doctors are going to start putting them all on a computer, and that'll save even more steps for us. We won't have to try and figure out what their orders say and read their handwriting and so on. and things will just go a lot quicker. We'll all have a little bit more time for patient care. So if you're concerned that technology will take away from your patient care, don't be. If anything, it's going to really be a benefit for you. I don't see too many drawbacks with technology unless it's the cell phone. That's my biggest bug. I never knew until cell phones came out that so many people could talk for so long on the phone. I mean, I see people driving in their cars. I see people walking around in the grocery store, which I have to admit I've done, with their cell phone up to their ear, and it's like they're continually talking. And I wonder, did they talk that much at home when there weren't cell phones? It's just hard to imagine. So some of this technology takes out the personal aspect of it. Some of it, people just, I think are just way too focused on, for example, the cell phone. People drive around and, talking on their cell phones, things like that. But for the most part, I think technology, the computers and so on, are really, really helpful. I mean, I can send my payments to companies that I owe money and things like that through the internet. That's wonderful for me. It took me a long time to get used to it, but now that I am, it's just really a lot of help. At any rate, that's some things that I do at home, some technology I use at work, and just what I see as some of the benefits and some of the downfalls that I've seen. Obviously, there's just a lot, as I said before, a lot of new technologies that have been developed since I was born. And in some ways, the progress is not really progress. I mean, this world got too fast and so on. But for the most part, I feel like these new technologies are great. At any rate, thanks for taking the time to listen to this bio of mine. I wish you all the very best in this class. I look forward to getting to know you all. Wish you many blessings.